So the next chapter is basically software configuration management. Now software configuration management is always with respect to just a minute. So software configuration management is always related to changes in the system. So any changes that are coming inside the system, how to incorporate those changes, right? Changes in the sense what, that when you are undergoing the process of SDLC, so you know that things are never static, they are always going to keep on changing. Some corrections will come, how to incorporate those corrections. So that is related to software configuration management, right? So configuration term here means that if any change is coming inside the system, so basically how many types of changes are there, which items can be changed, and how to change that, what is the procedure in order to change those items which are subject to change. That is basically software configuration management, right? Now when you talk about software, so the first law, no matter where you are in the system life cycle, no matter where you are in the system life cycle, the system is subject to change. The system will always be changing. That is why we always talk about our software curve, right? Our software curve is never a static curve. It is always, up and down, up and down. Why? Because your software is always subject to change. So the system, no matter wherever you are in SDLC, whatever phase you are in SDLC, the system is always going to change, and the desire to change it will persist throughout the life cycle. So it is a continuous process. It is going to keep on happening, right? So you cannot stop it from happening. So that is basically the first law in terms of software. Now software configuration management is also called as change management. Like I have said, it is also called as change management. So configuration management, another name is change management. It is a set of activities designed to manage the change. You are managing the change by means of what? By identifying the work product that are likely to change. Which all items? So this is called basically, the work products are called SCI. SCI stands for, it will come later on, software configuration item. So software configuration item का मतलब क्या होता है? Those items, whether it be UML diagram, whether it be design diagram, whether it be a test case, whether it be implementation, so anything which is subject to change. So identify the work products that are likely to change, right? Means identify software configuration items. Establish relationship among them. So the items which are subject to change, is there any relationship among them, whether there is a dependency or not? Defining mechanisms for managing different versions of these work products. So whenever, supposingly first time I created a use case diagram, right? So whenever this change is coming, so this will be what? Use case diagram. The next version will come. Let's say this is use case diagram 1, and now you will have next version 1.1, and then again a change is coming, so it is going to be use case 1.2. I'm just giving an example, right? So these are versions. Now whenever you download some application from internet, some software from internet, you must see different versions of it. Like let's talk about Java itself. So previously it was Java 7, then Java 8, and in 8, 9, 10 also you must be seeing small versions, like you must, sometimes you will see 11.1, sometimes you will see 11.2. So what are these? These are different versions, right? And when there is some change which is happening inside the software, something new has been added or something has been removed or something has been updated, that time you again put that particular working software onto the market and you change the version, stating that this is a new version of the software, means something has been changed inside this software, right? So now you download this version. That is the meaning of versions basically. Okay. Controlling the changes imposed and auditing and reporting on the changes made. So auditing and reporting is nothing but like a audit process, a review process. So you are auditing that whatever changes are there has been incorporated or not. So it's like a review, right? And reporting is of course documentation. Okay. So software configuration management is composed of all these activities that we just talked about, right? Okay. Now what are these changes? So what are these changes? These changes can be in user requirement. These changes can be in technical requirement. These changes can be in business requirement. The changes can be in system model. System model means the UML diagrams. They can be in project plan, the plan of the project that we create. They can be in test cases, the test cases that we create. They can be in code also. So if there is a change in the code, that also is subject to software configuration management. They can be with respect to data also that you are feeding. It can be related to any other documentation also. If you are changing any documentation, then also you need to go through the process of software configuration management, right? So these are the different types of changes. So basically these all are the things that you make throughout your SDLC, right? Starting from project management se leke complete documentation tak. These all are the different things that you create, right? Your work product, these are your work product, what you produce. So they all are subject to change, right? So software configuration management, like we have just discussed, that it is composed of programs, documents and data. So all these three things are subject to change. Okay. Now there is a new concept called baseline. So you will read a term called baseline. So let's just go through its definition defined by IEEE. Baseline is what? It is a specification of a product that has been formally reviewed and agreed upon, that thereafter serves as the basis for further development, and that can be changed only through formal change control procedures. So let us just understand baseline. Just say, supposingly you are taking admission in NIRMA, right? You are taking admission in NIRMA and suppose you are taking admission in CSE department. So there is a cutoff, right? There is a cutoff that this is the cutoff that NIRMA CSE students are going to get, right? So what is it? It's about this particular cutoff. Let's say the cutoff is supposingly 97%. So कट ऑफ का मतलब क्या होता है? कोई भी एग्जाम अगर आप देते हो तो यू गेट अ कट ऑफ, राइट? सो व्हाट इज द कट ऑफ? मीनिंग ऑफ कट ऑफ दैट this is the percentage which is declared above which the students who have got the marks or percentage above this line, above this percentage, will only get admission, right? That is the meaning of cutoff, right? So what you have done, it is formally reviewed. You have formally created a cutoff that 97% is the cutoff. It is formally reviewed and agreed upon. Okay? Depending upon all the percentage that students have got, now the university decides that okay, this is the cutoff of NIRMA University, right? Some other university will decide their own cutoff and so on, right? So all the competitive exams, they have a set of cutoff कि इससे ज़्यादा जिसके मार्क्स आए हैं या परसेंटेज आया है, दे आर अलाउड टू let's say they have cleared the exam or they are allowed to take admission, right? So that is the meaning of cutoff. So same goes over here. What is the meaning of baseline? Baseline here means that there is, it's not like a line, it's not a line, it's like a trademark, a standard which has been already developed, that above this standard only the items would be considered. So we will just see the diagram and you will understand it much better. So a baseline is a milestone in the development of software that is marked by the delivery of one or more configuration items and the approval of these items that is obtained through a formal technical review. So we will just see the diagram and you will understand it better. So consider that you are doing all the phases of SDLC. Now SCI जो हमने पहले ही बता दिया मैंने आपको, that it is software configuration item, means anything that is changing throughout your SDLC becomes a software configuration item, means that item has been changed. Okay, now once a item is changed, you need to go through the formal technical review to make sure that the changes have been incorporated or not. So let's start from here, this place. So software engineering task means your SDLC task, all the phases of SDLC and the tasks which are associated with it. Then out of that you find out SCIs. So let's say the SCI over here is, let's take an example that the SCI over here is a test case. Right, some test case, let's give a number, test case 10, let's just randomly give number, test case 10 is subject to change. So now this SCI will go through formal technical review. Okay, why formal technical review? Because you need to understand that whether the SCI has been modified or not. So the changes which have been changes जो बोले हैं, whether they have been incorporated or not. So the modified SCI will go through formal technical review, right? Now it is approved. Now this SCI is approved that okay, the changes have been done. Now this line that you are seeing over here, this is the baseline. So what is the meaning of baseline over here? It is just a terminology that once the SCIs are approved, they are stored in the project database. What is project database? Means it's like a repository. Okay, repository where you store that okay, this change have been incorporated. Like it's a part of the product. You know, just understand in that way that जो changes मैंने करे हैं वो अब मेरे product के part है. ठीक है, it has been incorporated onto my product. So that is why it is written stored SCIs. Stored SCIs का मतलब सिर्फ इतना ही है कि that it has been incorporated as a change in your product. ठीक है, तो baselines मतलब हर एक चीज़ के लिए हो सकता है. सिस्टम कन्फिग जो हमने पहले देखा, सिस्टम स्पेसिफिकेशन मीन्स योर सिस्टम मॉडल्स, सॉफ्टवेयर रिक्वायरमेंट मीन्स फंक्शनल नॉन फंक्शनल रिक्वायरमेंट, एनी चेंजेस इन द डिज़ाइन, कोड में कोई चेंज हो रहा है या टेस्ट प्लान में कोई चेंज हो रहा है, ऑपरेशनल सिस्टम में कोई चेंज हो रहा है. सो ये सब के लिए आप यू कैन क्रिएट बेसलाइन. तो व्हाट इज बेसलाइन? इट इज जस्ट समथिंग विच हैज़ बीन फॉर्मली रिव्यूड एंड अग्रीड अपॉन. तो फॉर्मल रिव्यूज़ के बाद जब अप्रूव हो जाता है वो आइटम जो उसमें चेंजेस हुए हैं, अगर वो चेंजेस अप्रूव हो जाते हैं तो इट इज़ जस्ट दैट इट हैज़ क्रॉस दैट बेसलाइन. मीन्स इट्स अ ट्रेडमार्क, इट्स अ स्टैंडर्ड कि अच्छा ये अप्रूव होगा तो हम उसको प्रोडक्ट में इनकॉर्पोरेट करेंगे. ठीक है, सो देयर इज नो लाइन, इट्स नॉट अ लाइन, इट्स जस्ट अ टर्मिनोलॉजी विच इज यूज दैट वंस द SCIs हैव बीन अप्रूव्ड then it gets stored. It gets stored means it gets incorporated onto the product and we say that okay, it has crossed the baseline. Okay, now stored करने के बाद you can extract these SCIs, right, and again go through the same SDLC phase back. ठीक है, वापस से अगर कोई changes उसमें है तो it will again go back. Did you understand what is the, so you understood, right? What is the meaning of baseline? So that is what is written. Baseline is a milestone. Milestone क्या होता है? Milestone is something that I need to achieve. So what is the meaning over here? That I need to achieve this baseline means I need to achieve this milestone means the SCI should be approved and it should be incorporated in the product. So it's like a milestone that चेंजेस हुए हैं तो मुझे चेंजेस करवाने हैं, ठीक करने हैं और उसको फॉर्मली अप्रूव करवाना है थ्रू फॉर्मल टेक्निकल रिव्यू, राइट? So baseline is a milestone in the development of the software that is marked by the delivery of one or more software configuration item. So once your software configuration items are approved means you have delivered it, you have delivered the changes, right? So by the delivery of one or more software configuration items and the approval of these SCIs, that is obtained through formal technical review. Right? So that is the meaning of baseline. So it's just a term which is used. Now this is the same thing, that which all items are subject to change. So I have already talked about it. डिज़ाइन में चेंज हो सकता है, टेस्ट में चेंज हो सकता है, सोर्स कोड में चेंज हो सकता है, मॉडल्स में चेंज हो सकता है. सो इट्स जस्ट अ रिपीटेशन. ओके, नाउ देयर इज अ रिपोजिटरी. नाउ ये जो हमने यहाँ पे देखा प्रोजेक्ट डेटाबेस, दिस इज नथिंग बट अ रिपोजिटरी. व्हाट इज अ रिपोजिटरी? रिपोजिटरी इज नथिंग बट वेयर यू सेव समथिंग, राइट? जैसे वी हैव अ रिपोजिटरी ऑफ बुक्स. सो व्हाट इज दैट? यू हैव ऑल द बुक्स विच आर प्रेजेंट ओवर देयर, right? So when I say that I have a data set, so that data set is nothing but it is a repository, means it is collection of data. So SCM repository का मतलब क्या है? Software Configuration Management Repository. SCM repository is the set of mechanisms and data structures that allow a software team to manage change in an effective manner, right? So what mechanisms are being used in order to manage all the changes in an effective manner? That is the meaning of SCM repository. So the repository performs or precipitates the following functions. What all functions are done by the repository? So data integrity is checked. I think that you know what is the meaning of integrity. So data integrity is checked. Is there any something which has not been, the conditions are not checked, so that is data integrity. Information sharing is checked, tool integration is checked, data integration is checked, method enforcement is checked, and document standardization is checked. So all these are basically related to effective way by which you can manage the changes, right? So if these all functions are performed, then I can say that you have managed the changes in a effective manner, means you have checked everything. Yes, jaise it's like a you make a task that okay ye check ye ho chuka hai, हाँ it is done, so this is done, yes it is done, so all these tasks are done. So okay, I have performed all the functions which are supposed to be done for managing a change. So that is the meaning of SCM repository, right? So it's like a checklist. You can say that it's like a checklist. So checklist of functions that you are supposed to perform in order to do a change, right? Properly manage the change. So all these are checklists. So if I perform all these functions of the checklist, then I can say that कि अच्छा ठीक है, मैंने ये सारे टास्क परफॉर्म कर लिए हैं, right? That is the meaning of SCM repository. This is again similar repository content, means what all things are present that you can check. So मैंने वही चीज़ हम अभी डिस्कस करी थी. बिजनेस कंटेंट मीन्स एनीथिंग प्रोजेक्ट रिलेटेड, मतलब related to the organization. Model content means all the diagrams. So anything that is coming as a part of SCI, they all should go through this particular task, right? You need to check dependency, you need to check integrity, you need to check that integration is done properly or not. Everything should be checked. So this is again the same thing related to SCI only, that which all things are subject to change and how they are connected to each other, right? You need to do integration properly. तो अगर आप मॉडल में चेंजेस कर रहे हो, right, you are making some changes in the model, so then that model is connected to how many things, उसको भी check करना है. Integration properly होना चाहिए कि because of one change are other contents getting changed or not, are other tasks, other work products getting changed or not. So if it is getting changed, then the repository function should be applied to those items as well, right? That is the meaning. Okay, so SCM process, first is versioning. Versioning, I just told you that you need to make different versions for releases, product release. So save all these versions to enable effective management of product releases and to permit developers to go back to previous version. So if you go to the website of let's say Java, Oracle website, whatever is your current let me just show you. So Java versions or download, Java download. Right, so when you go to this website, whatever is the current version, no? Okay. Whatever is the current version is Java 17, right, which is going on right now. You will see something like this. Can you see Java 17.0.1? This is a version. So 17 में पहला वर्जन कौन सा है? 17.0.1. ठीक है, अभी इसमें कभी भी कोई चेंजेस होंगे ना 17.0.1 में, so then they will release the next version with different number, maybe like 17.0.2. what is their naming convention, that I am not aware about it, but I'm just giving an idea that whenever some updates are there in this particular Java SE development kit, स्टैंडर्ड एडिशन में कभी भी कोई चेंजेस होंगे तो नेक्स्ट वर्जन निकालेंगे, ठीक है. तो दैट डजंट मीन दैट ओल्ड वर्जन्स आर नॉट देयर, राइट. दैट डजंट मीन दैट ऑल द ओल्ड वर्जन्स, मतलब 17 के पहले वाले जो जावा के वर्जन्स हैं, दे विल नॉट बी रिमूव्ड, दे विल बी स्टिल स्टोर्ड सो दैट यू कैन एक्सेस इट. सो वही चीज़ लिखिए, सेव ऑल ऑफ दीज वर्जन्स टू इनेबल effective management of product releases and to permit developers to go back to previous versions, right. You can and still go back to 16 or 15 or 13, वो भी stored ही होंगे. You can go back to previous versions also, right. So that is called versioning. So versioning is basically related to numbering, giving proper number to the version so that you know कि इस वर्जन में जैसे 17.0.1 है, तो अभी 17.0.2 में क्या चेंजेस आए वो भी मेंशन्ड होगा, ठीक है. समटाइम्स व्हेन यू अपडेट योर सॉफ्टवेयर, सो दैट जो भी अपडेट आता है आपके सॉफ्टवेयर में, तो उसमें लिखा होता है कि व्हाट चेंजेस आर डन, व्हाट इज न्यू विच इज एडेड, और व्हाट इज समथिंग विच इज ऑप्टिमाइज्ड. कहीं कहीं कभी ऐसे भी लिखते हैं कि ऑप्टिमाइजिंग समथिंग XYZ, राइट. So let's say some security feature is added. So anything which is coming new ना, any update which is happening, that would be written over there कि इसमें क्या नया add हुआ, ठीक है. So that is versioning. Then dependency tracking and change management. So dependency tracking, I already told you that whatever is there in the repository, if you are changing one thing from the repository, then other items which are dependent on it will also be changed, right. So you need to manage that change and track the dependency, right. Requirement tracing, again the same thing, that if I'm changing a requirement, then automatically it is going to affect other requirements if they are connected, and it is also going to change the design and construction component as well. because after requirement tracing, automatically analysis is coming, and then design is coming, and then construction is nothing but implementation. So any changes in the requirement is going to affect all the stages which are behind the requirement gathering phase. So that you have to trace. Configuration management, we have just talked about it, that how to manage different configurations. We talked about baselines, we talked about milestones and different versions, and we talked about how to manage the interdependency. So that entire thing is nothing but it is configuration management, right? And then audit trails. Audit trails is nothing but it's like a documentation. Audit trails is nothing but documentation, like it is written, establishes additional information about when, why and by whom changes were made. So if supposedly 50 people are working on a product, and anyone can come and change, can generate a change request. So whenever you are changing SCIs, whenever they are changed, there is a change request that you need to generate. What is the meaning of this change request? So change request के अंदर बहुत सारे information आती है, like कौन सा item आप change कर रहे हो, एक item change करने से दूसरे कौन कौन से items affect हो रहे हैं, कब change कर रहे हो, कौन change कर रहा है, which person is asking for these changes, वो भी लिखा होगा, क्यों change कर रहे हो. Everything is documented, so that why it is documented, because कल उठ के अगर कोई somebody tells that कि ये change कहाँ से आया, so then it should be known that okay, this person has asked the changes and क्यों ये change मांगा गया है, और ये change करने से और कौन कौन से items work products पे effect हो रहा है, वो सब document होगा तो ही it would be a effective one. Otherwise anybody can change and then you don't know who has changed the whatever item you want to change, right? So that is why audit trails are very important when you are going through the SCM process. So now we will see the SCM process. This is a complete representation of SCM process. So first you have the SCIs, you have multiple SCIs, then you identify these SCIs, then you go through the process of change control. Change control is going to come in next few slides. Change control is there. So change control will come. Then version control will come. How you are managing these versions. So version control is in next slide. And then you have this auditing. Auditing is nothing but some reviews, like formal technical reviews. And after auditing, you need to report it. So reporting is nothing but the documentation part, right? So if you can see over here, it's written software vm.n. So हम ऐसे ही लिखते हैं version something dot something, right? और version 1.0, then version 1.1, then version 1.2. So it's like 0 में ये कुछ XYZ changes हुए, तो इसीलिए मार्केट में अभी 1.1 आया. इसमें कुछ PQR changes हुए तो then मार्केट में 1.2 आया, and so on. That's how you give numbers. You don't give same numbers, right? Same numbers every time you have a update, every time you have a batch which is to be released onto the market, you change the versions, right? That is the meaning of versioning. Now version control. So version control के अंदर you have multiple these are the 4 things that you do. First is that in version control, a project database, that is repository, that stores all the configuration objects. Or configuration objects is nothing but again SCI only, right? All the SCIs are stored inside that repository, जो हमने वो baseline वाला diagram देखा था, right? Stored in the repository का मतलब क्या है कि they have been approved, okay? Then version management. So capability that stores all versions of a configuration object or enables any version to be constructed using differences from past versions, okay? So सपोजिंगली आपने यूज केस डायग्राम में कोई चेंजेस किए हैं एंड यू आर गिविंग डिफरेंट वर्जन्स टू इट, तो अभी वर्जन 1.0 आया, वर्जन 1.1 आया, वर्जन 1.2 आया एंड सो ऑन, बट you know that what all has been changed. So वर्जन 1.1 और 2 के बीच में क्या चेंजेस आए हैं वो लिस्ट डाउन हुआ होगा XYZ. So I can go back to previous version by removing this. जो भी काम हुआ है उसको अगर मैं रिमूव करूं तो I can restore to the past version, right? Or enables any version to be constructed using differences from past version, right? So you can go further also, and if you want to go back also, back to previous version, then you can go back as well, right? A make facility, I think you should be aware about make facility, wherein you make facility you I don't know where you must have used, but generally when you want to compile multiple files, जैसे मल्टीपल डॉट सी फाइल्स को मुझे कंपाइल करना है तो हम मेक फैसिलिटी यूज़ करते हैं. मेक इज़ नथिंग बट इट इज़ अ कमांड, राइट? सो मेक कमांड यूज़ करके यू कैन कंपाइल मल्टीपल थिंग्स टुगेदर. So here also make facility that enables the software engineer to collect all relevant configuration object and construct a specific version. तो जितने भी SCIs मैंने चेंज किए हैं वो सबको मिला के मुझे एक सिंगल वर्जन बनाना है, तो वी मेक द यूज ऑफ मेक फैसिलिटी. And issues tracking is nothing but bug tracking. Why this bug tracking is required? So that you can record and track the status of all the issues which are coming in this SCI. तो सपोजिंगली आपने कोई SCI चेंज करके और फिर उसका वर्जन बना के मार्केट में रिलीज कर दिया, ठीक है, यू रिलीज दिस इन ऑन टू द मार्केट. ओके, नाउ व्हेन द यूजर्स यूज इट, दैट टाइम दे विल कम टू नो कि अच्छा कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है, ठीक है, सम इश्यूज आर गेटिंग रेज्ड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस न्यू वर्जन. So when a version comes onto the market, when the users use it, they might come to know about some issues which are generating in this new version. So that is issues tracking. So you record and track the status of all the outstanding issues associated with each configuration object. You know, I don't know whether you have come across this thing which happens supposingly whenever you are using Firefox. So many a times, of course, Firefox keeps on updating, right? So many a times, you know, कभी बंद हो जाता है Firefox, कभी hang हो जाता है, तो it asks you to send a report. It gives you an option that send a report. So what is the meaning of that send report? You are basically a user telling the Firefox Mozilla that ये problem आ रहा है, this bug is coming due to your new version, right? So that is what you are tracking. You are giving your input, so that tracking and that recording of all the issues would be done for each SCI. So that all comes under the part of version control. Okay, now next comes change control. So what is change control? So it is a flow chart which is listed over here, which is to be followed for every time you are making a change. So let's just go through it. It's very simple. Need for a change is recognized. So first you identify that, okay, I need to do this change, and whenever a need is recognized, so a change request is generated from the user. User का मतलब क्या है? User here is basically software engineer, right? Not the end user. So a software engineer who feels that a change is supposed to come, whether the software engineer is in design phase, or whether he's a part of testing team, or whether he's a part of coding team, doesn't matter. So whenever the software engineer feels that कि ये change आना चाहिए, so the change request is created from the user. Okay, now the developer evaluates. Finally तो code तो developer को ही करना है, right? So the developer evaluates that whether this change is required or not. ठीक है, sometimes it happens that when you are not a part of developing team, you might misunderstand the changes. So the developer is the one who is going to actually code the system. So whether that particular change which has been evoked the change request which has been evoked from the user, is it valid a change or not, right? It's not that कि कोई भी change को आप accept कर लोगे. Then the change report is generated. So change request किया तो then the change report is generated. That मतलब इसमें feasibility होगी basically. That change करने के लिए what all things are required, or is it feasible or not, right? Then this feasibility report is given to the control authority. So change control authority then decides. Change control authority, seeing the feasibility report, decides that whether to change or not, whether to accept the change request or not. So if they directly deny it, right, it's not feasible या तो फिर ज़रूरत नहीं है चेंज करने की, ऐसा कुछ रिपोर्ट में लिखा होगा, तो चेंज रिक्वेस्ट इज डिनाइड. And then the user is informed. The user, which user is this? This user is the software engineer who requested for the change. Now, if it is not denied, then the request is queued for action. Okay, it is queued for action. Then we go to the next part, which is change control process 2. Right? So then, matlab it's like in a continuation. So request is queued for action and then assign people to SCIs. So जो change हमने identify किया, किस SCI में change करना है, assign people to SCI to work on that change. Check out SCIs, right? Check out SCIs means the SCIs that you have identified, you do like this, na? Check in, check out. So check in means you have entered and check out means you have exited. So SCIs have been changed. So check out SCIs मतलब इन changes को मुझे change करना है. So check out the SCIs. Then make the change, right? So after you have checked out the SCIs, that these SCIs are subject to change, make the change, right? After making the change, review or audit the change. So this is the review process that I was talking about, right? This is that formal review process that I was talking about. So you see, you check in this review process that जो changes हमको करने थे वो changes हुए हैं कि नहीं हुए हैं. तो review, audit the change. Then establish the baseline. So after every formal review process, like I have said, it's a very it's just a term which is used. So establish the baseline means अच्छा ठीक है, ये approve हो चुका है, ठीक है. इसके बाद मतलब it has completed a particular standard. So it has crossed the baseline. So establish the baseline for testing. Then next comes is perform SQA. SQA stands for software quality and assurance, right? Quality management may we will see. So perform software quality and assurance and testing activities. Then check in the changed SCIs. So you need to include the changed SCIs now. That's why check in the changed SCIs. Promote SCI for inclusion in next release. So whatever is the next release, you need to include this changed SCI. Rebuild appropriate version. पूरा सॉफ्टवेयर अभी आपको rebuild करना पड़ेगा ना. कोई भी एक SCI change हुआ तो भी सॉफ्टवेयर तो पूरा rebuild होगा साथ में. So rebuild the appropriate version. Review or audit the change. Include all changes in the release. So till here is basically your entire process, entire step-by-step process which keeps on happening from the time you have asked for the change and the time when the change has been released onto the next release. So this is the entire process of change control process. So this 2-3 ये आपको ऐसे लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. ये just because it was not coming in one single slide, that's why I have written it like this. Otherwise it's a continuous process. Request is queued for action से कहाँ जाएगा directly? Assign people to SCIs. Establish a baseline से it will go directly to perform SQA and testing activities and so on, right? Okay, so auditing. So what you do in auditing, so we have already discussed that in auditing you just check the SCIs, check the change request, check the SQA plan. Audit is nothing but क्या आप देख रहे हो कि सब हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ है. Audit करते हैं, जैसे निर्मा में भी audits आते हैं. university audits आते हैं, let's say NAC is coming, so again you have a audit, NBA is coming, you have a audit. Means what? You're just checking that सब कुछ सही चल रहा है कि नहीं, ठीक है? So that is nothing but audit. And then this is again the same thing, you are just reporting it. So reporting of means you are documenting it, right? So once you have gone through the process of auditing, so now you document everything, that whatever work has been done, whether it is done properly or not, सारे documents को check करना, so that all is also a part of status accounting, right? And that's all about software configuration management. This ECO is nothing but change order. I forgot the full form of E. Just a minute. ECO was engineering change order. So it is engineering change order that we discussed ना, change order निकलता है पूरा यहाँ पे. Here we discussed, I think, this change report. So that order which comes out, that whether you need to change or not, so that is basically your engineering change order, right? So change request निकलेगा, change report निकलेगा, फिर audit टीम, अकाउंटिंग टीम जब रिपोर्ट को एक्सेप्ट करेगी या डिनाई करेगी तो उसके ऊपर से ऑर्डर निकलेगा. राइट नाउ ऑल्सो इफ आई टॉक अबाउट लेट्स से व्हेन SEE is coming, right? So all the faculties get a order. Order means it's just a document, right? What is this order? This order basically contains that which subjects, for which subjects you need to make the paper, or for which subjects you are the examiner. So that is nothing but an order, right? So you have to follow that. In the same way, SCIs are determined, right? Change request is put across, change report is generated. This is basically your feasibility report, right? Now this feasibility report is then checked by the this accounting, what is that? Yeah, change control authority. So this report is then checked by the change control authority, and then engineering change order is given. If it is denied, then of course the user is informed. If it is accepted, then the entire process of this assigning people to SCI till the release will be conducted. And of course you need to report everything, means you need to document everything. So that is reporting part, right? So this is the end of software configuration management.